Hello everybody, myself Mukta. I reside in Mumbai and I've been in the stock market since past 15 years. So I trade the derivative segments as well as I trade the equity segments. I also take positional trades into commodities like crude and gold and natural gas, depending on the setups and depending on the rules when I get those entries. Today we are going to talk about scalping futures, and I'm going to discuss about an important strategy on scalping Nifty and Bank Nifty futures. Let's talk about futures. So in futures you have lot sizes. The lot size of Nifty is 50 and the lot size of Bank Nifty is 25. So if the move is favorable, that means the trade that you have taken is in the right direction. That is, you have taken a long trade and Nifty is bullish or Bank Nifty is bullish. Then Nifty each point move will reward you 50 rupees and Bank Nifty each point move will reward you 25. As against if you have taken the trade in the wrong direction and market is bullish and you have shorted Nifty, then every point move up will take away 50 rupees and every point move up in Bank Nifty will take away 25 rupees. So each script or each equity segment, just the way we have, wherein I can buy 2 shares of Reliance, or I can buy 10 shares of Reliance, or 5 shares of Tata Motors, or 10 shares of Hindalco. But in future segment you can't do that. You have to buy a lot. So a lot size of Reliance is 250. So I can only buy 1 lot or 2 lots or 3 lots. I can buy it in multiples, but it will be lot size. So I will be buying at any point in time 250 shares of Reliance. For this, I need not pay a full price up to the broker. I have to give some margin for that particular stock. Usually, depending on the broker, usually for 1 lot, approximately I'm talking about, the margin under normal conditions is around 1.5 to 2 lakhs. So, when you're trading a lot of Reliance, you need not upfront pay all the entire value of that Reliance. So if Reliance is trading say around 2200 and the lot size is 250, so 2200 into 250, I need not pay that entire amount in rupees to my broker, but my broker gives me a margin, and that margin is what I need to pay up, which would be anywhere around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees is what I have to give to the broker, which is blocked against that 1 lot. Now, the tricky part here is, if the trade is working in your favor, you are making, each point Reliance move, you are making 250 rupees. But if you are not in the right direction of the trade, your trade is in the wrong direction, then you are losing 250 rupees. There is no breakup here like I buy 10 shares or 5 shares or 15 shares. You have to buy that entire lot. So if you have a good risk appetite, you may buy 5 lots, you may buy 10 lots, you may buy 15 lots, or maybe institutes buy in a larger quantity than what we retailers buy. This is the way how the future segment basically works. So scalping in the future segment is very, very important, because we are looking at a lot size and not just 1 or 2 shares that we are going to buy, and we can alter the position sizing here. Here what you can alter is your risk appetite, keeping in mind the lot size. Now scalping, as we have known, is a trading setup, or is a trading type of trading wherein you take small profits. These small profits will be recurrent. You will make less trades which are not in favor of you, so your winners are going to be more than the losers. You will make small profits at any point in time. Like, there are scalpers who trade 10 points of Nifty. There are scalpers who take 100 points of Bank Nifty. But at the same time, they trade in a larger quantity also. Maybe 10 points of Nifty on 100 lots makes it like 1000 points of Nifty move. But for that, even the margin required will be around 1.5 to 2 lakhs per lot. So this is done by institutes wherein they trade into huge quantities. But as retailers, we can definitely look at trading larger quantities, keeping in mind that the risk is equally managed and properly kept in mind when you are executing trades in futures. Have deployed in the market. Eventually, if you don't have capital, what are all these systems and all these rules? They are of no good, right? So we need to be very prudent with our money management when it comes to scalping. Favor and quick exits are what this scalping method is all about, and hence having lot of time, screen time is very important, that you should be able to devote that kind of time with the screen. The previous days, high, low and close level, and I know exactly where the resistance and support lies, and I know what kind of action I need to take. The second important tool that we use for trading this index strategy is RSI. Now RSI is a tool which is gain of past 14 period. Now here in this particular case, we are looking at the default setting I'm using. I'm not tweaked any settings in RSI. I'm using a 14 period RSI out here, and I'm looking at the past 14 candles gains. So RSI is basically like if RSI reading is at 50, what does it tell me? When RSI reading is at 50, that means it tells me that out of those 14 closes in the past 14 candles, 50% of the candles have given a bullish close, a gain is recorded, and 50% of the time there has been a bearish close. This is the way how you should interpret RSI. RSI tells me the gains in that particular period, 14 period. RSI is telling me gains in 14 period. If you're using a 9 period, RSI is going to tell you gains in 9 period. Here in this particular system, we are using 14 period RSI because we are looking at a very small time frame. Being scalpers, we are not looking at the higher pictures again. We are looking at a very small time frame here. Eventually, we will come down to the chart settings and we'll understand what time frame also we are looking at. But for now, to understand RSI, it is all about the gain in 14 periods. So if you are looking at a period of 14 days, and in that out of the total movement in the particular period is say 30 points of total movement is there, and out of which 18 points is total gains in that particular period. That means out of that entire period, the total gains which are recorded are 18 point. What does that exactly mean? That exactly means is the RSI reading, which you can see here, wherein I have given an example that RSI reading will be total average gains over the period total gains multiplied by 100, which gives you a factor of 60%. That means out of the total gains of 30, total points of 30, total movement of 30, 60% of the gains are positive. When you are looking at the same point wherein total points are 30 and average gain say is 9, so we know out of 9 average gains out of the total point, the RSI value comes to around 30%. So now we understand that RSI is about gains in that particular period, right? Next thing that we look at is RSI 70 and 30. These are two crucial values that we are looking at in this particular system. When I'm taking a long trade, I want the RSI to be below 30 on the particular time frame. When I'm looking at a shorting opportunity, I want RSI to be above 70. So above 70, that means out of the past 14 candles, 70% is the RSI, 70 is the reading of RSI. So 70% of the time there has been a bullish trend in those past 14 candles. Similarly, when we are talking about 30%, 30 as a reading of RSI, that means out of the 14 candles, 30% of the time there have been gains recorded in the past 14 period of RSI. So market, it gives you a sense of market being in the oversold or overbought region. So oversold and the overbought region as a concept, we need to understand that markets can remain in this domain for a long period of time. This is true when we are looking at a positional trade. As a scalper, we are not looking at more than 15 or 20 or max to max 2 hours of trading time that we are spending with this system. In fact, once you get an entry, your trades are executed and you are out of the trade within, maybe at times within an hour or two. So that is, in fact, I would say the beauty of scalping, that you don't, even though you need to spend time at screen, a long time at screen, but once you get the entry, your trade and targets are done very quickly. And this particular system that I am talking about, wherein I am using RSI, Camarilla and Chicago, all three of them together, is has given me about 70 to 75%, all the trades have been into a profitable zone. So if I am long, out of 100 trades, about 70 to 75% long or short, the trades have hit their target and I've been able to make good intraday money using this particular scalping system. The third indicator the third tool that we are using here is Chicago. So Chicago is a component of Ichimoku trading tool, and this particular component is all about momentum. Chicago is today's that particular period's price plotted 26 periods behind. Now I want this particular Chicago to be above the prices for long trades, and Chicago would be below the prices for short trade. Similarly, when you are taking a short trade, what you will observe on the charts would be, first, the Camarilla levels. The Camarilla levels for a shorting system I am talking about, you will usually find that the RSI is above 70, and that is your requirements, or these are the rules that we need to follow for shorting Nifty or Bank Nifty. So first is RSI above 70. The second rule is, at this particular point in time, you will always find the Chicago to be above the price. The third requirement for this particular charting system is the Camarilla levels. You will find this setup usually near the R3 and the R4 levels. So usually near the resistance level you will find this particular setup for shorting. For the long trade setup, you will usually find RSI would be below the 30 mark. We want it to be in the oversold level. Second requirement, here you will find the Chicago to be below the prices at that point in time. We are looking at a long setup, so we want Chicago first to be below the price, then it wades the price wall and wades through the prices and goes in the upward direction and gains further momentum in the trade. And the third aspect of Camarilla levels, wherein usually you will find that when a long setup is coming in, the Camarilla, the prices would be opening or very close to the S3 and the S4 levels. Let's now look at individual charts and let's learn more about the rules for this particular setup. About the swing high. Usually with Chicago crossing the price wall on the upward side for long trades and on the downward side for the short trade, you will see momentum coming in this trade setup and the trade setup working in our favor. To the resistance level, and in that case RSI may be at 70 and we may get a shorting opportunity. If markets are opening gap down, we have a long opportunity coming up at the Camarilla levels. So using the three tools, that is Camarilla, Chicago and RSI, in amalgamation with each other has helped me devise this system. I'm sure it will help you to make good scalping trades through the day. Please try it and give me your reviews. Thank you so much. Hello friends, let's look at how to add the RSI scalping strategy using the Camarilla pivots and the Chicago span on a 5-minute RSI strategy that I have discussed for Nifty and Bank Nifty scalping. Let's head to the screen and see how to add these indicators on the trading view. So in trading view, I open a 5-minute chart. I'll choose in the indicators Ichimoku cloud. So this is the indicator that I choose. After choosing this indicator, I will go to the settings of the indicator. In inputs, the default settings would continue, but in the style, I will remove uncheck all the other lines. I just need the lagging span out here, wherein I will change the color and make it bolder and black color out here. So the black line, which is the Chicago span, gets visible on the chart. The second indicator which we use out here is Camarilla pivots. So Camarilla pivots, when I type in the indicators, I have to use the Camarilla pivot V2. This is the indicator which I use, and once I add the indicator to the screen, I will go to the settings again. I will uncheck the H1, H2 and L1, L2 levels from here. I just need the H3 and the H4 and L3 and the L4 levels to indicate the support and resistance for that particular day. The third indicator which we have to add is RSI. I'll go to indicators, type relative strength or RSI. Even if I type RSI, this is the indicator which I will use, relative strength index, which you can see. Again, go to the settings once it is added on your chart. Just check the RSI line. Only the RSI line is what we need, and we need the RSI upper band at 70, lower band at 30. You can change the color, maybe make it black so that it is more visible and more prominent on the chart. And here you have the system ready. So if you see, we can also add, if you want maybe a shaded area of the upper band, if you're comfortable with it, to give you overbought or a oversold gradient is what you can add to it, which will tell you that when the prices are above the 70 mark or below the 30 mark, it will give you a hint as where the prices are, whether they are oversold or overbought, and give you the entire setting of the RSI intraday strategy for indices. Thank you so much.